podcast about knitting. I hope you'll enjoy. I'm glad to see that so many people have found me and like it. I assume that you both have found me and like it because I can see you're subscribing. So welcome. Yeah, it's always nice when people like what you're doing. I also must say I'm so sorry that I didn't put out an episode last week. I was completely exhausted after having my friend here for 10 days. We had so much fun. I think we had brunch 4 times in the 10 days. We also went to Six Flags America. We saw a bunch of museums here in DC. Among them, my favorite Air and Space Museum. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I didn't have a lot of time to knit, so I also didn't really have anything to show you. So you didn't really miss much. So, but now I'm back and I'm excited to be podcasting again. Before I start with the knitting, I have something to tell you. That is not really about the podcasting, but I think it will be affecting the podcasting because it's my private life. Well, enough with the rambling. September 1st, I'll start a new job, and it's in Sweden. So I will be moving back to Sweden. I hope I will continue podcasting, but we'll see if I maybe change it to every second week or something. That's also for the summer, because I will be work-free the whole summer, and I hope to take this time to enjoy some traveling and, yeah, of course, knitting too, but if I'm away, I don't know how I'll be doing with the podcasting, and I don't want to give it up. Absolutely not. I really enjoy this, but I might be a little bit more irregular. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you still be with me, but if you subscribe, you will always see in your feed whenever I'm putting out new episodes. Today, as every day when I'm drinking something, I'm drinking coffee. It's black and it's dark roast and it's fair trade and it's in my Dalek mug from Doctor Who. If you haven't seen that TV series, check it out. I think it's on Amazon Prime, or you can stream it online. Okay, so on with the knitting. As you can maybe see, I have a finished object, so let's segue into finished objects and I will tell you more about it. I have finished my Waterlily top. Yay! This is what I'm wearing, my Waterlily top. Yeah, the lace part here is what's interesting, really. I'm really happy in general with it, with the fit, and I'm glad I made some waist shaping on the back and then some breast shaping over the breasts. This is a bottom up, got it right this time, bottom up top, and then there is a Latvian braid here that divides the stockinette from the... I made the lace part slightly shorter than in the pattern, so I started the V-neck shaping earlier because I wanted the sleeves to be slightly not as floppy as the other ones. I have quite broad shoulders, so I'm not super comfortable with very floppy sleeves. So this is good. It's not tight, but it's shaped. It has a little bit too much fabric on the sides here, which you can easily notice if it's not completely straightened out, because it's also quite long over my butt. I don't mind it, but then if it's creeping up, and then I can see it's a little bit too much fabric here. Some people have complained that the neckband was too floppy, but a lot of people have suggested that you made more decreases when you make the band here back. If you get the pattern and read the instructions on that people have suggested on Ravelry, I think you will understand how to do it. I don't want to give it away because I don't want to give too much away, but because it's a paid pattern. The pattern is from Pom Pom Quarterly. It's called Waterlily. If anyone has missed it, it's from I think over a year ago in their spring edition, so I'm a little bit late. But I really enjoyed this top. The yarn, it's from PhD Yarns. It's in Virginia-based indie dyer. They have their shop on Etsy. The base is called Treatsy. It's a merino silk blend. It's really soft, and the color is called Bostock. And it's a lovely blue. Yeah, it's a lovely blue color. Also, the silk gives it a beautiful luster shine. I will definitely consider making this top again. Maybe in a linen yarn. I also must admit that I have never made anything in linen before, and I don't think even anything in cotton. Maybe to start with a pattern that I know would be a good, and then I think it would be a nice summerier top, even more appropriate for summer, because this is, even though it's thin and it's silk too. It's also wool, so if it's too hot, it will be too warm. But I guess when I'm moving back to Sweden, I don't have to worry about too hot. That very few days of the year is considered too hot in Sweden. But overall, I'm very happy with it, and I can really recommend. The pattern was sometimes a little bit, I don't know, I was not super excited about how they described things. I'm not sure exactly how they should have done it differently, because they tried to, when you do these decreases around the neck, for example, with the patterning, you have to figure out a lot for yourself. It was fine, but and I don't know how they would have done it better, because it's different for different sizes, and I mean how deep you want to do it before that would affect. So I guess it's fine. The body for this top is great for TV knitting. It's a little bit too big for me, at least, to bring on the bus or on the metro, but it's great in front of TV because it's just stockinette. And then when I came up to this part, I actually had to concentrate and look at the pattern, and even though I, after some time, kind of figured out, it still required way more attention than the stockinette part. So therefore it was a little bit slower, and also the mounting and stuff. I had 2 skeins of yarn, and I alternated them through the whole body. I think it was good. It was not that a distinct color difference between them. They were really nicely dyed. But maybe if I hadn't, I would definitely see a difference. So yeah, overall I'm really happy, and I hope to be able to wear it this summer, and maybe if it's too hot, this fall. I think I talked about enough about this top. You can see a couple of pictures also on the back on my Ravelry page, which is linked below, as well as the pattern and all other things, links to yarn and stuff I'm talking about in general during my podcast. So check out link below if you're curious, and let's move on to works in progress. Both my works in progress are stuff you've seen before, but I've been making some progress, so I thought I will show them to you again. The first is my shawl. It's my second U shawl. It's green. Now I finished the first part with eyelets here, and I'm working on the stockinette part, and I have to decide if I'm making a small one or a big one. I want to make a big one. I think the yarn will be enough. I'm not positive. When I get to the point where I have to decide, maybe I put in a lifeline, and then I take a leap of chance. And then put in a lifeline, so that will also be a good thing to practice. So this pattern has small eyelet arrays that goes out. It has a stockinette body, and then it has a beautiful eyelet pattern around the edge before a peacock bind off. And the first part before the eyelet border, I think it's also great for TV knitting. And before it's too big, you can even bring it on the bus or anything. So because it's stockinette, and you do increases at the markers. This is a pattern by Maria Montzka, who also do the blog Stitched in Sweden, and I think her patterns, I have 2 of them, I think they're really well written. They're easy to follow, they look good. I care about good looking. Sometimes if the patterns are not nicely formatted, I would probably just copy them and make my own formatting of them, because I can't read it otherwise. She has both charted and written instructions. So yeah, this is also a pattern I can really recommend. And I mean, I'm making the second one because I love the first one so much. During the whole spring, I'll be wearing it almost every day. The thing is that it's light green and it's beautiful, but it's maybe a little bit colorless sometimes. So this is one I'm making for more color. The yarn is from Verdant Gryphon, and I bought it at Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival. My second work in progress is a new square for my granny square blanket. I have now 10 squares, this little bundle, and the last one is this one, which incorporates the yarn left over from my Waterlily top. Yeah, you can almost see the shimmering in the silk here. So the second and the outermost, this row and this round and this round, is in the same, in this Waterlily top yarn, and the other 2 are from Knitpicks. I really like it. I will probably make a few more squares incorporating this yarn, because I have a small ball left. Not enough to make anything more than like a wristband. And I'm considering buying some black yarn, maybe like a cheap black sock yarn in wool from Knitpicks, to start crocheting them together, so that I don't have to do it all the time. And also so I can order it before I leave the country, because I think yarn is cheaper here. I mean, cheap yarn is cheaper. You can find really good yarn in Sweden, but the selection is bigger here because it's a bigger country, bigger market. And I'm keeping this in my pouch that I also added some new buttons to. This one is this dinosaur researcher, and I got it at the Natural Museum in Berlin. This one here says, "You say magic, I see engineering." It's actually from IKEA. When my university had job fair, they want people with other educational backgrounds than I do, but I usually go there to pick up one or two of these really cool badges. Advanced technology is hard to distinguish from magic. Did I say I'm an engineer? Maybe you could have guessed. So that was everything I had for you in works in progress. I also have a couple other ones lingering, but I haven't really done anything more with them, so nothing more to show there. But I have tons of plans for new projects to cast on, because I finished this one. So let's move on to upcoming. Okay, so I finished this top and I want to desperately cast on another shirt. But it's a little bit too hot right now to work on big wool projects, but I have my plans. I found this really cool octopus sweater. See here, picture. And it's just awesome. It's color work, as you can see. I have to decide which 2 colors I want to make, but I'm quite sure that this is a shirt I want to have. Gosh, I so desperately want it. I have to decide what colors I want, and then just work on my colorway skills enough to not get too frustrated with this. Or maybe this could be a good project to practice on my colorway skills. At least I will get a lot of practice. So this is a worsted weight cardigan. I saw some people that done it in fingering weight and then getting a kid size. And I don't really know any kids. People that get kids, I kind of lost. I don't have that much contact with them anymore. Is it strange to give people home knitted shirts for their kids if you don't know, if you're not that close anymore? I just really want to do more tops. As I said, when I talked about the Waterlily top, I was considering making a Waterlily top out of Magazine Duet linen yarn. Maybe that have to wait, because I don't think Magazine Duet might be a Swedish yarn. I also have a couple of walls of sport weight, wool of Andes. That is kind of one of my favorite yarns to go to, like basic stuff. Maybe I want to do a hat, a pair of mittens or something. But again, this whole summer season thingy. I also have this yarn from Malabrigo that is already balled up because I thought of it cast this on. It's a Malabrigo sock yarn. It has a color, I'm quite sure. At least it's a superwash merino. The color is playa. And I've been considering making a pair of fine and dandy socks. Speaking about yarn stash, something I've been thinking about is storage. I like storage. And now I have my yarn sorted by weight. I have all 2 boxes marked fingering, sport, worsted, and then how do you, if you have a leftover ball of yarn, how do you do to keep the label that is saying what kind of yarn it is with the ball, or do you just lose it? Now I've lost most of them, but I kind of know what yarn it is or what I used it before, and I can check on Ravelry or on the yarn's homepage what yardage it is or so. But I would like to have a better system. So I like to have it sorted by weight. You usually know what weight you're looking for in a product. You can check out what color options and yarn options you have. How do you keep the tag with it? Maybe this is kind of a question of the week, my questions for you. I don't know if you're interested in asking me questions. It's not like I'm that kind of like a knitting guru or anything, but I can give you my perspective as that. So if you have any suggestions or tips on how you do it, or just want to share like your frustration, you can comment below on YouTube, or you can comment in the episode thread on Ravelry. And I will probably, I don't know, maybe this will be a standing segment like my question for you. Because I'd love to hear from you. I'm sure you are cool people. The people who have introduced themselves already seem to be very nice. So I hope to be back on track, both with answering to your lovely, I read them all of course, but just answer to your lovely comments in the group. I think that was everything I had for today. Thank you for checking me out, and take care. Happy knitting. Bye!